Today's Cowboys Report is made possible by RexMD, the online source for men's wellness. Go to rexmd.com/chat. Get to 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage as we break down the final day of Cowboys Training Camp out in Oxnard, the last of the padded practices, I guess I should maybe clarify there. Some takeaways from today's practice. Number one, we actually had some fights today as the offense and defense finally getting a little bit chippy. It happens pretty much every year, normally when there's joint practices, but at a certain point when you can't really hit, energy tends to explode somewhere else there. Involved, first off, Sam Williams and Tyler Biadasz. Williams almost punching Brock Hoffman, then Biadasz levels him. And then Biadasz and Micah Parsons going at it, and then Dak pulling away Micah, having a little talking to with him there. I actually like Biadasz's attitude. I think you want that in your offensive lineman, not just that dog in you, but like that junkyard dog in you, where you're not afraid to get in the face of others. It's very clear to me this team is prepared to play others. You know, it's August. They've had a bunch of joint practices. The starters have not been playing football games or even in the preseason. I think they're about ready. Now, we will see more Cowboys football on Saturday, a late night game. Make sure you are subscribed to tune in for our Cowboys vs. Seahawks watch party. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. We'll be live at least a half hour before the game. It'll be a late night. We'll have some fun. Hit that sub button right now. Number two takeaway, the offense and defense battled pretty well, all things considered. Some wins and some losses for both sides, which I think is really what you would expect. Both sides winning reps, maybe nothing more encapsulating of this training camp so far for the Cowboys, of both sides having success all camp long, was they're doing some mojo moment, 2-minute drill stuff. Cowboys march the ball down the field. Dak finds Michael Gallup. There was a free play on the defense, and then they say, okay, let's do it again, type of deal, and then, Dak ends up throwing a pick to Trayvon Diggs. So it's touchdown, then interception. That's what you want in the end. Great play by Diggs, by the way, to kind of peel off his man and make the play. That's what you want. You want those wins on both sides. I would be more concerned if only one side was winning than if both sides are getting wins and both sides getting losses. That means it's the old iron sharpens iron thing. So which side of the ball do you trust more? O for the offense, D for the defense. I think I know how most of these votes will go, but sound off in the comments section. O for offense, D for defense. Takeaway number 3. Tony Pollard is full contact, by the way. Mozzie Smith took him down, which maybe a little bit long there, Mozzie. It's okay. No one was injured, so it's fine. But he's full contact. If you didn't already know, he is good to go for week 1. Number 4, I was quite impressed with the highlights and stuff from camp of Simi Fehoko. Today had a really great block on a little quick play, I'll call it, to Devontae Turpin. Had a great one-handed catch. Had an end zone catch as well for a score. That was perhaps Fehoko's best day so far. Maybe that can continue into the second preseason game. Those of you who have been subscribed know I've been pretty rough on him so far. I have not shied away from criticizing some of the mistakes made so far by Fehoko. But if he can kind of string together some good days, that's only a positive for the Cowboys. But does he make the team? This is still a bit of a tricky conversation between Brooks, Fehoko, and maybe Turpin, but I think he should make it. Y for yes, N for no. Go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section. Do you think Simi Fehoko makes the Dallas Cowboys roster in 2023? Takeaway number 5, Brandon Aubrey went 5 of 6. 5 of 6, double checking my notes right there. On field goals today, missed from, I believe it was 35 or 39, one of the two. Very windy today, by the way, at Oxnard, so I think that's a big reason why the kicks have been shorter. Also, let's challenge him. Once you get back to Dallas, or I should say Frisco, and it's no longer outdoors, a lot of indoor stuff, you better be challenging him with some longer kicks. He should be able to make all the other ones inside 40. Let's do the 40 to 50 ones a bit more consistently. Now, today's show is made possible by RexMD. Do you guys sometimes lack some confidence in the bedroom? Do you wish you could have a more fulfilling sex life? You are not alone. So we're excited to tell you guys about RexMD, the online source for men's wellness. RexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get the medication you need for ED without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. RexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made in the USA, so you can trust its quality, and their customer support team is available 24/7 to answer any questions you may have. If you are ready to take control of your sex life and say goodbye to ED, head over to rexmd.com/chat to start your consultation today. Take advantage of the best deal they've ever offered and only pay $2 per dosage and get up to 90% off with our exclusive link. That's rexmd.com/chat. With camp in Oxnard over, how about 5 training camp standouts with your boy cheating immediately? Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb get the number 1 spot by virtue of being the best players on both sides of the football. Not trying to slander anyone else on either side. Micah has been a game wrecker. The one thing that slowed him down was when he got kicked yesterday. He was no issues today, by the way. CeeDee Lamb, meanwhile, I think he might have taken another step forward from what we saw last year. Standout number 2, Jalen Tolbert, who I am drunk on the Kool-Aid of Jalen Tolbert. I am excited about him. Even though he's probably going to be wide receiver 4, he has redeemed himself. After a disastrous campaign last year, Jalen Tolbert looks much improved over what we saw in 2022. He looks more confident. He looks faster as a result. He's making more plays. I am excited once again about Jalen Tolbert moving forward. Now, if you're not, look, I get it, but I am, we'll leave it up to you guys to vote, I suppose. Are you in, once again, on Jalen Tolbert? B for buy, S for sell. Get those votes in for me in the comment section. Number 3, Deuce Vaughn, our small RB, continues to look oh so good in camp. He's been getting reps with the ones still, by the way. Offers some nice check down, passing value there. And of course, although I'm focused really on the camp and not the preseason games, he looked really good in that first preseason game. I am very much excited about him. I will continue to shitpost on Twitter about him and just go ridiculous comments that eventually get picked up by the crappy aggregators and treated as facts. But hey, that's what's part of the fun there. I am excited about Deuce Vaughn. Number 4, how about Jalen Brooks? Although Fehoko really helped himself today. I do think in the end we slept too much on Jalen Brooks. He was a draft pick after all by this Cowboys team, but because his name was not really mentioned much in the pre-draft process, many of us were more excited about Jalen Moreno-Cropper, including myself. Brooks was supposed to be kind of that Noah Brown special teams receiver, but he's shown some promise as an actual wide receiver as well. I'm not going to sleep on Brooks any longer. I don't want to go all offense here, which would be very easy to do. I will mention Juanyeh Thomas. The safety room for the Dallas Cowboys is as good as I can ever recall it being, and Juanyeh Thomas is somewhere between safety 5 and 6. And he's pushing for a spot over a guy the Cowboys and I like, and I know many of you do too, Marquise Bell. That's how impactful Juanyeh Thomas has been at this stage. So I am not counting him out anytime soon. We'll see what happens in the rest of the preseason and the rest of the practices, but Juanyeh Thomas is no longer a name to completely ignore. All right, who is your biggest training camp standout? Any player on the roster. You can go with a bigger name or a more surprising name. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. Let's break down the Zack Martin contract. We have the details here. He gets a 2-year, $36.85 million deal. And if you're going, wait a minute, it was reported as $36 million. Yes, the other $850K cancels out what he had been fined. So it all evens out there in the end for Zack Martin. His 2023 cap number does rise by less than $1 million. So new deals have been paid out by the Cowboys to Malik Hooker, to Trayvon Diggs, to Zack Martin, and the combined salary cap impact is under $3 million so far. There you go. Now, the 2024 cap number is high, But the Cowboys have made an adjustment. They've added an extra void year into 2027. So what the deal currently looks like is this. $11.75 million this year, $28.5 next year, and in virtue, in large part by previous years and pushed off into the future, $13.46 million in 2025. Remember, the salary cap will have jumped by probably around $30 million between now and then. Now, what the Cowboys will likely do here is a restructure. A max version of the restructure could look a little bit like this. $16.5 million, $25.46 becomes the void, and in the event Zack Martin wants to retire, what the Cowboys and Martin could find a way to do is agree to some little, I don't know if cap fluctuation is the right word, but contract cap creativity to where he's under contract but then officially retires and the void year doesn't hit immediately, and they can space the dead money out over 2 years as opposed to it all accelerating into 1 year, and then it kind of becomes, okay, well, it's really 10 and 15. That's much more manageable than 25 all in one. So they'll probably do some cap adjustments in the event Martin wants to retire, or they'll bring him back for 1 more year and do the whole Jason Kelce thing. So not too bad of a deal at all for the Cowboys. One other minor contract news note, Jayron Kearse had his $4 million base salary guaranteed today by the Cowboys. That's kind of a, we got you, buddy, type of deal that doesn't really mean all that much. Maybe just some goodwill. I wonder if Kearse had asked for a new deal from the Cowboys. Maybe this is the tentative compromise between the two sides. But it was going to become guaranteed after week 1 or during week 1. Just a little minor thumbs up thing, basically.